Hello everybody, good morning Europe, good afternoon Asia and Australia, and good evening to the Americas. Welcome to day 11 of Krichel's Quarantiano diary. Only 3 days left. These are the last meters of this journey, and as I told you yesterday, I'm a bit torn. A part of me has really enjoyed this journey, and I think I'll try to take what I've learned to take it with me, and not to forget what I've learned, and not to make it connected to the situation that I'm in here, but to actually let it change me, let it make me more myself, as we discussed many times already. So I'm sorry if I was a bit heavy on you yesterday. But as you all know, I think I told you at the beginning, this diary, I thought of it as self-therapy. So when I decided I want to do it, I thought it would help me. It would help me not only technically, not only to structure my day and to basically split my day in halves, but also to have this kind of documentary about what's happening to me in here, and to basically be able, like in several years, to watch it again and to see the difference of day 1 and day 14, to see what's happened in here. And I think part of a diary is to be honest. So I'm being as honest as I can with me, and as you're watching me, I'm as honest as I can with you as well. And but there's also a good thing about the stream from yesterday, because as you remember probably, I think I talked about it on the second episode on day 2 of Krichel's Quarantiano diary, about this beautiful bracelet that they gave me at the airport, and that is connected to my phone. So basically they asked me to verify many times per day, and even though it's connected via Bluetooth, they can basically locate my phone, and by showing this QR code, there's a QR code here, by showing this QR code, by scanning it with my camera, they know, okay, we know where the phone is, so he's next to the phone, because obviously only I can scan the QR code. But yesterday, they didn't ask me to scan anything. And so maybe they watched this stream as well, and now after listening to what I've said, they were like, oh, this guy, he doesn't even want to leave. So I thought that was a funny coincidence, actually. Or maybe my test results are here and they're negative. So maybe it doesn't even matter if I leave, which I won't try, of course. But who knows? Or maybe there's no reason. Maybe it was just by chance that they didn't make me scan it as often as they did before. So I don't know if you've noticed something. If you listen carefully, I'm sure you notice now. There's no sound. And this is good. So today is Sunday, as you know, and there's no noise from the constructed side. So this is nice. We're in peace today. And sound or noise also brings me to my next piece, which I want to play for you. First of all, I'm really, really happy that the Ravel was so well received. Because I have to say, even though Ravel's been dead for over 70 years now, still there are so many people who see him as modern music, and they don't want to have to do with it, and it's too complicated, and it's just, you don't understand it, even though I feel it's so direct and so clear what he wants to convey with this music. So I'm very, very, very happy that most of you agreed with me and that you really enjoyed Ondine. So I've decided I will play the second movement of Gaspard de la Nuit for you today, and this piece is called Le Gibet. I will tell you the translation of this later. So Le Gibet is a piece that I mean the whole cycle basically. Gaspard de la Nuit is a piece that I've played in my final exam at Royal College of Music in London. And I've had many friends in the audience. So these exams, these final exams of senior students are public, and I have many friends in the audience, and I have many artist friends in London who are not musicians. So I had some of those people in there as well. And then one of my closest friends, who was also in the audience, she's an artist as well. So she told me about Gaspard de la Nuit, and she said that Le Gibet was her favorite piece out of all of them, and that she really loved it, how it was so meditative and so romantic and so nice. And then she asked me, so what does Le Gibet, because she doesn't speak French, so she was like, what does Le Gibet mean? And I replied, it means the gallows. So she looked at me and she was like, I'm not sure I like this piece anymore. So I think this story is quite funny, and it really shows how you can see Ravel, because she was completely right. It's actually a beautiful piece, even though it's called The Gallows. And even though the situation is that you basically see the gallows and a hanged man, and there's nothing happy or positive about that. So of course it is a horrible thing to see that. But what Ravel does here, and what Alois was Bertrand, because there's a poem to it which I will read for you later on, what Ravel does here is he creates a very philosophical piece, which also matches the situation here, and which also matches Ondine. So as you remember, Ondine, we hear, when we listen to Ondine, we hear water, we hear the rain, and then through the rain we hear her song. So this whole song, as it goes on, then it finishes, and in the end we hear only rain again. So basically she disappears in the rain, and we ask ourselves, was that even real? Did I only hear the rain, and was her voice imagined by me, or was it real? And it's a bit similar here. So with the gallows, or Le Gibet, it is that it's only 52 bars, but there's a pattern in that piece. So we don't have the pattern outside, we have the pattern in the piano. Ravel plays the B flat note 153 times within these 52 bars. So you can imagine it's a sound that is there permanently the whole time. Sounds like this. So I feel this is the rhythm of the pattern. There are discussions on what this is. I think it's same as in Ondine. This is the only thing we actually hear in the song or in the poem, because it starts with that, then we have these clouds of philosophical thoughts, and then it finishes with that. Very simple. And there are discussions. People think it's a bell. Could be a bell. But I think, and this is a bit dark now, but sometimes, I've spoken to a friend yesterday, and I think sometimes you can find beautiful things in darkness, or very true. You can find the truth in darkness. Darkness isn't always bad. So I think it's not a bell. I think it's the squeaking of the gallows in the wind. So basically you have the hanged corpse that is squeaking in the wind. And this is the sound. So basically we watch the scene, and this is the only thing we hear. Even though there is a bell in the poem as well. So Albert Bertrand mentions a bell. But I still think this is the reality. This is our reality. We see that. And everything else that happens, we ask ourselves, what is this that I see? So I'll read out the poem for you and then play Ravel's Le Gibet. Ah, what is this I hear? Could it be the moaning of the evening north wind, or the sighing of a hanged man at the sinister crossroads? Could it be the singing of a cricket, burrowed into the moss and bleak ivy, which out of pity carpet the woods? Could it be the trumpeting of a death knell by a hunting fly, which falls on deaf ears? Could it be a dung beetle, which in its erratic flight picks a bloody hair from the bald head? Or else, could it be a spider embroidering a half-length of muslin as a tie for this strangled neck? The bell chimes from far away at the village walls, and the corpse of a hanged man reddens in the setting sun. So this was Le Gibet, The Gallows by Maurice Ravel. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Now, for all my German friends and fans and followers, I'll be live, actually not live, I'll be on WDR television. Daniel Hope, the violinist, is going to present my drive-in piano recital, which I've already talked about to you, and it's going to be broadcast now, like right now. And another thing that I'm very much looking forward to, taking place in 2 hours on Instagram. I speak with Axel Brüggemann, who wants to ask a bit more about my role as a musician, because he was intrigued by some things that I've said. The interview will be in German for Classic Radio, but it will be on Instagram in 2 hours. Feel free to tune in if you want. Have a wonderful Sunday. I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Same place for me, and same time for you and me. Bye bye.